took everything so seriously. Like, I was probably a nutcase in that show, because I was. I took everything so seriously. Like, it was life or death. It was not a show to me. It was like, this is my life. This is like so real.
You have to realize too that it was so early in the season, you can't win out. You're going to lose something because a lot of it comes down to love.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to win everything.
We talked about the competitions and stuff. You can't win out. No. I mean, but I enjoy like the seasons where like Crazy James, everybody was after his ass and he'd win time and time. You see him there, motherfucker. And like when Brandon was like winning, it's like yeah, you know. But you can't win out. You've got to make a move. You've got to align with somebody. You got to put somebody over. You got to do something.
Yeah, and that's part of the game is winning. How to win the game and get far in the game. I didn't realize that until I don't think I still realized.
Well, I was gonna say, I think we all talk about it. I think the worst thing that any of us up here can ever do is play the Big Brother What If game. Because it goes on, it's endless, and it never has any resolve.
And speaking of woulda, coulda, shoulda, I got a question. Whatever happened to the showmance with Kirsten and Hayden? What happened there? I was like really looking forward to hearing about you guys on TMZ later.
Nothing.
How come?
Because we both mutually chose not to pursue anything. So.
You wouldn't wear the hippie tart?
No, he wouldn't put it on for me, so I was like, screw this guy.
We've got another audience question right down here.
I've got a question. You know, you guys are talking about how it definitely sucks with the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. You next in the hat.
Okay. Here, I'll come up here with Dennis. You guys are talking a lot about the twists and everything, and it definitely sucks when your gameplay gets totally, you know, sidetracked by these things that seem arbitrary. But I kind of get the impression that Big Brother, it is called, you know, they always say expect the unexpected. Isn't it really about adaptability? So even when things come out of left field, it's about the quality of your game, that you can change to that and get to other people. I mean, sort of what Dick was saying, you know, he aligned with Jen, who was his arch nemesis. I mean, where does that come into play?
I agree with what you're saying.
I think that sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. I mean, look at Jesse. I mean, he was comedy to watch on the show for 2 seasons. He got fucked two. Is there kids in here? Sorry. He got screwed 2 seasons in a row.
Now you're worried about if there are kids in here.
Politically correct.
But he had the option. He could have made himself more popular and direct the coup d'etat
He actually could
someone
have
else.
aligned with Jeff and could have tried to make a deal or something. Where
No, not Jesse.
they showed a segment on the season where Jesse went on the backyard and he sat down next to the weights. And Jeff's right there, he's supposed to be talking to him and he didn't talk to him and he didn't talk to him and he decided to go back to sleep. You know, and it's like, you know, you've got to work to be there. But there are some twists where people just, they get screwed and they go home. Dustin on my season. Sorry. You know, it just happens.
Of course I have to speak on this because I approached it very rigidly. I was like, I'm out of here, fuck this, I'm out. I think, and I even said in the diary room, of course they didn't show it, I said, I can't see past my nose right now. They're like trying to stick it out, do this, do that. I can't, I'm livid, I see red, I'm pissed, you know, and it was that my whole gameplay was screwed, but it was also that I lost a good friend. You guys all saw me, Lydia and Natalie, hi.
Beautiful service.
Yes, it was. But yeah, so I couldn't get out of, I couldn't flip. I think had I maybe had another day to sleep on it.
It was like an accumulation. It was like losing Ronnie, then us getting screwed, and then losing Jesse. It was like, shit, and none of us, except for you, we didn't win anything in the beginning.
And I also have to point out that, yeah, the tagline is expect the unexpected, but I think the producers came in my room 3 times when we were in sequester and said, we just want you to understand there's no twist this season, okay? Also, this is the least manipulated show in reality TV. So they're like filling your head with all these, you know, it's just all you, baby. Just go in and play.
They're like, you can do this. This is for you. And you're like, yeah. And they like totally make you believe it.
And they're full of shit. Excuse me. They're completely full of shit. And I think Evil Dick was talking about how it changed from All Stars and then it became more manipulated, and that's Grodner. It's her hands all over it. Because when Shapiro was doing the show, it was a different show.
I would like to add, when you go in the final interviews and everything, they're always like, okay, how would you play the game? What's your strategy going in? Oh yeah, let me tell you this. I told them that I was going to lie about my profession as a scientist, pretty much make myself out to be like a dumb, like, I don't know, glassware washer that barely finished college. And then I go in there and they put me on the brains team, outing me as this huge liar. So, I mean, they know exactly what they're doing, and when you tell them anything, they use it against you. I mean, how is that fair?
Look at what they did with the X's. I mean, that was the most jacked up season. Now, you can complain about being in the brain section or the job section. Would you rather have your ex-husband on the show or your ex-girlfriend or your ex-wife? No, thank you. And then, especially in that season, but didn't they have sex on the second, like 2 exes had sex with each other in like the second day? That would kind of throw it. My daughter being in was bad enough. I couldn't imagine my ex having sex with somebody in the house at the same time. Yeah, that would throw your game off. But they've been doing that from the beginning, you know? They change things up. It was what the show is. You just got to deal.
And that's like thinking ahead of the game, like thinking ahead of your opponent. That's like how you have to play the game. You have to anticipate and expect the unexpected.
You have to talk to all of your exes before you
The producers know who they want to win going into the game. Once the coup d'etat was used, I was like, why am I even here? I'm not going to win the game. We had Pandora's box after I left. Jeff could have popped out of that thing if I sent him home. I mean, Pandora's box, again, I call it producer's box because that's what they use when they want a game to go a certain way. So I didn't feel like I should try. I had been trying the whole time I was there, so I should try again, win HOH again, and for what? So they could screw me again? So,
they brought
I mean,
people back before, though. They brought people back since season 3.
But I'm not talking about just specifically that. I'm saying that what was going through my mind at the time that the coup d'etat was used was why stay here and try when you guys can do whatever the hell you want to from this moment, and you have been, but from this moment on, if you don't want me to win, I'm not going to win. I think I have like a better chance of surviving a clan rally than winning Big Brother. Seriously.
I think you stay in the house because it's fun. Because like you get to be on surfboards and have water.
And you have people
in
your
water
lives that are depending on you.
Yeah, it's fun. It's such a unique experience, and that to me, like, of course, I would love to win, but I like the individual competitions. I love the unique experience of being in the house and that grass that is hot as fire, ass. I mean, it's like...
And Matt burning ants on it.
Oh, stop that.
And the stop that remixes.
Setting the house on fire is great.
It's a once in a lifetime experience. And those competitions, like, when in your life are you going to run through Carmel? Like, come on. And when in your life are you going to walk into a room and have someone wearing your red hair extension?
All right, we have another audience.
Dennis can hold on a second. Average Joe Dennis, hold on, just 1 second. I can never understand why people get upset when somebody goes home. Because to me, it was always I'm one step closer to the money. If you're gonna win, they all gotta go. Why am I gonna cry about it? It's one step closer. Even if it's somebody in my life, they gotta go at one point or another. Everyone in the brigade had to go home for hating to win, right? Lane? Enzo? I've been here. He was Matt?
I don't know anything about
They all gotta go. So, I don't understand the tears and stuff. You're gonna see them in 2 weeks, man. They're not dying.
I think for me, when I was crying so much, it was because when I was going home and Brendan and I were getting separated and I just fallen in love with him, and I mean, that, like I said, it was like life or death for me. I mean, I was crazy up in that house, and
I bet you're PMSing.
I probably PMS for like 4 months. I mean, like, it was bad, but I wouldn't give it up for anything. I met my fiance, and I had a crazy time. I made some new friends. And
You have a good experience or a bad experience. It's something that you're never going to forget.
Exactly.
And even with the other people that aren't even in your seasons, you have a bond, if you like it or not.
Yeah.
And we're all tied together by it. And it is what it is. And you can make it, you know, a great memory and experience in your life, or you can bitch and complain about how fucking miserable it is. But, you know, it's something that as long as the show's on, and probably after the show's been on so long, that you're going to be known for, you know, until, who knows, you die, maybe. I don't know, Marcel's still alive.
Let's go, another audience question.
Marcellus is alive and well.
Dennis,
very well.
Dennis.
What's up, guys? On that, I just want, based on your experience, I know me and Ben did this 2 summers ago. We did the whole press day thing, so I have to say, hats off. We only stayed in there for a whole day, and I was on slop for just the whole day, so hats off to all of you for surviving everything that you survived for like a whole week on slop or a whole whatever. But my question to you guys is, I know after having been on my reality show as well, that there's so much good feedback how did you deal with all of the bad feedback? I mean, there's always some people that just base their whole life on what they see on your show. They don't really see the whole person. They don't really see anything. How did you guys deal with the flack of what people saying, like, Kristen, you were a bitch, or, you know, Sheena, why the hell did you leave? You know, nobody really knew all that, but I'm sure you were stopped in a grocery store, or, you know.
I think this
I
is
didn't really
definitely
mean,
people
but people are going to perceive that. You see that on the blogs, you see that all over the place. People probably hated Sheena for leaving because they would have given their eye teeth to be on the show, like you're all saying.
I think most people in real life come up to you, like the most negative feedback I've gotten is, I hated you on your season, but can I have a picture with you? It's the people behind the keyboards online. Those are the people that will talk the most shit because you don't know who they are. They'll put a little avatar of you with, like, you know, I don't know, eye poked out or something on there. You know, but you don't know who they are. You never know. And I've never given credence to any of those people. I just think it's like, for me, it's sparring. I'll go on there and like talk shit back and this and that. And I don't know about you guys' experience, but I mean, I've only had one guy come up to my face and talk shit to me, and I slapped him like a bitch. He was talking about my daughter, actually.
Yeah. No one comes up to your face.
Yeah, no,
it's all online.
It's all online.
It's all online. So you just block them and you go on about your day.
If you let them get to you, I mean, they're gonna get to you. You're gonna cry under your pillow, but you know, I mean, why bother? Who cares? Most of these people are like, you know, in the middle of the Midwest under high-powered lines, and their cow outside is magnetized. You know, who cares? I don't care. Hey, how about you? People must hate you.
Golden boy.
Yeah. He's crying here.
The majority of the feedback I've had has been really positive, but you know, there's 8 million people watching, and no matter what, you're gonna have people that hate you. You know, online people bash me about my hair, get a haircut.
If that's the worst criticism you get, dude.
Well, what I'm saying is regardless, you know, Brendan and Rachel had a lot of hate. Dick got some hate. I had hate. Lane, everybody knows the dodo. He gets plenty of hate.
No, a lot of those haters, they just want a response. You know, hey, if I bitch at George Clooney on TV or tweet him and say, hey, you're a faggot or something, and he responds back, I win. That's awesome. I just got a response back from someone. You know? So if someone tweets like, oh, we hate Rachel and Brendan, and then they tweet back, say, no, you're gay, or something like that. They won. They got a response.
Yeah, but the messed up thing is that there's a small but insidious contingency of Big Brother fans who really try to sabotage the actual careers of house guests.
Yeah.
So like people who didn't like me, who would like call up my university and take something I said out of context or show video, and it's happened to Dan, it happened to Maggie, it's happened to a number of people. And you can think whatever you want to about me or my character on the show, but there's no reason to kind of cross that line and screw with somebody's livelihood.
Yeah, like the most annoying thing that happened to me is I got home from one day, me and my wife, and on our machine was like 27 messages from all the local food delivery places saying, where are you? We came here with your food. So someone had called like every place in our hometown to deliver food. Now, that's funny, I think, because that's something I would have done as a kid. But what sucks is I became like blacklisted from a lot of these places. So like, I had to go to find a new Pizza Hut now because this Pizza Hut won't deliver to me anymore. So that
For the love of God.
sucked. What's that?
For the love of God.
It sucks.
When does the madness end, Matt?
Yeah, so that guy's kind of an asshole, but I mean, other than that, you know, it's alright.